Hämeenlinna Main Library got its own sculpture in connection with the opening of the library building in 1983. Sculptor Nina Ternos Kullervo was cast in bronze in Järvenpää. The artist, who worked as a piano teacher at Hämeenlinna Music Institute in the 1960s, is known for her equestrian subjects, in which she deals with the relationship between man and nature. The sculpture describes Kullervo Kalevroson's robbery of a maiden. Terno says that she wanted to include a spring atmosphere in the work. The work is optimistic, but there's a hint of the later tragedy of Kullervo's story. The sculpture is a tribute to past generations, the creators of folk tales and their collectors. The idea of a sculpture to be placed in front of the new library building was presented by city architect Heikki Aitola, who designed the building in the early 1980s. The sculpture project was not put out to tender, but in accordance to the presentation of the Hämeenlinna Cultural Board's Fine Arts Department, it was decided to acquire Nina Ternos' finished plasterwork of Kullervo. The sculpture was cast in bronze by Väinö Kärkkäinen in Järvenpää. Kullervo was unveiled at the opening of the Hämeenlinna's new library building in 1983. Nina Terno was born in 1935 in Viborg. After the outbreak of the Winter War in 1939, she lived in different parts of Finland during the evacuation trip until the family settled in Tampere. Nina Terno completed her art studies in the drawing school of the Finnish Art Association and music studies at the Sibelius Academy. In the 1960s, Terno worked as a piano teacher at the Hämeenlinna Music Institute. Sculptor Nina Terno's main subjects are animal and human figures. In her rider-themed sculptures, Terno often describes the relationship between man and nature as a positive coexistence. The horse depicts the joy of life, but also death and destruction, which brings out the contradiction between man and nature. Nina Terno's art deals with globalization and human-caused destruction of nature. Her key work was the sculpture Loppuun ajetut in 1995, which is in the sculpture park of the Kerava Art Museum. Nina Terno died in 2003 in Helsinki at the age of 68.